Energy 99.7. That's the Barenaked Ladies in the old apartment. Barenaked Ladies, basically a group that defines Canadian music. I mean, you say Canadian music to anybody, and Barenaked Ladies, pretty much first name that pops into their head. Jim, Creegan, Tyler, Stewart, very happy to have you guys here.
Great to be here.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much for stopping by here. This is awesome.
Well, you know, we just dropped into Peterborough to go to the DQ in the Orange Julius down there beside the rink, and
yeah, well, that's basically the big draw for everybody.
Well, absolutely. I came here to watch a Pete's game once, and I stopped for a cappuccino score blizzard, and I said I can't be going by Peterborough without doing that.
You said no to the peanut butter parfait?
Well, you know what the good thing about that is? Salted peanuts.
Salt peanuts. Salt peanuts.
Salt peanuts in a sweet treat. It's a genius. It's
Who would have thought?
Genius move.
Somebody made $1 million off of that one.
Absolutely.
Now, what have you guys been up to? Or maybe a better question is, what have you not been up to?
Well, we've been making a record. We're just ready. It's coming out March 23rd. So
that's got to be exciting.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting out and playing it live. And
definitely. Now, before we get into the record, I do want to talk to you guys because you hear so many rumors going around and everything, so many different stories from different sources when the whole news about Stephen Page leaving the band came out. Now, let's get the story from you guys. What actually happened there?
Well, we had been through a pretty crazy year with the stuff surrounding Steve and his arrest and stuff, and also Ed's plane crash. And in general, it was our 20th year together. So you put all that into a pot of boiling stew, and some things rise to the top. And what we really found through all those struggles is that the four of us, we really wanted to do this still. We really wanted to make Barenaked Ladies music and continue the legacy of Barenaked Ladies. So we got together and we figured, what's the best way that we can do this? And the four of us basically decided that we want to continue on. And Stephen left to do his own thing. And here we are in Peterborough having blizzards.
At least it's not a blizzard.
Absolutely. You know, they've got to look on the bright side of everything. But, you know, the great thing is, Elizabeth, that we made this record, as Jim said. In the summer, we got together and a bunch of people brought songs to the table, including Jim. And it was such an amazing experience making this album that it's really re-energized us totally. And that's why we're excited to get out there and do it again.
Now, when Stephen made this decision, was it kind of a no-brainer for you guys just to stay as a foursome, or did you ever entertain the thought of maybe looking for another fifth?
Well, I think it was something we all decided on. It was, and I think, like Ty said, we kind of had to get together and figure out what we wanted, you know, and we all decided we wanted to be a band. I mean, we didn't see it coming, 6 months before it happened, but I think once we made the decision, we went, okay, we want to be Barenaked Ladies and keep going forward.
Definitely. I think all your fans are so happy about that, too.
Yeah.
You could have done like a rock star Barenaked Ladies thing.
Yeah, we had a lot of calls. It's so funny, like it's the modern zeitgeist is that, definitely. It's like, well, we'll do a reality show about all, But what we found was best is, I had somebody call me and say, okay, we want to pitch you this thing. We want to do a reality show. You guys are going to find a new lead singer. And the first thing that entered my mind is we don't need a new lead singer. Ed has sung lead or co-lead on a bunch of songs over the years. And both Kevin and Jim and myself are all singers as well. So within the band, we already had what it took to continue on. So we don't need anybody else to do what we do. And also, it kind of opened up a few more inches of space for each band member to do their own thing. And we're really enjoying that right now. On this record that comes out in March, there's 2 songs that Jim sings lead on, and there's 3 that Kevin sings lead on. I get to yelp around in the background as well, which I'm pretty happy about.
There's a few great songs, like some of my favorite Barenaked Ladies songs on this record, so can't wait to get them out.
Yeah, we're really excited. March 23rd is when the new album comes out. Jim Creegan and Tyler Stewart from Barenaked Ladies, talking to them in studio right now. What sort of new opportunities did just getting down to 4 members give you guys in the group?
Well, Jim has more room now to jump up on my bass drum and do a somersault off it, which is, I'm really thankful for that extra space.
Ty really likes it, so I do it for him.
You're going to have to put a DVD out to get that on.
It's a visual thing.
It's a visual thing. Yeah.
The drums speed up, though, when I do that. You can tell audibly,
How can you tell a drummer's at your door? the knock speeds up. Hey, how are you? How's it going?
Yeah.
But I'm ching.
What do you call the drummer without a girlfriend? Homeless. Hey, how are you? Nice to be here all week. Obviously, it's opened up more opportunities for great jokes.
Exactly.
And then we're exploiting that opportunity right now, right, Jim?
Open the opportunity for a comedy career. Down the road.
Well, a bad comedy career. Thank goodness we have music. You know, one of the things that we talked about is that, you know, as a four-piece, we're going to really try to be there for each other and going to try to strive to communicate better. And it's kind of like, you know, after 20 years of marriage, you decide, you know what? We really got to work on this. It's not just flowing along. We really got to figure out how to get along. And the great thing about, you know, all the changes that took place is that we really bonded together as a group of four guys.
Now, what was your first show as a foursome like? I mean, that had to be kind of weird, the dynamic.
Yeah, it was pretty much a week after we split with Steve, and it was in front of like 9,000 people.
Oh, really?
And I could see some of the close fans in the front row are sort of dealing with the change. You know, that's kind of to be expected, but, you know, the 8,000 people behind them were just like right into it and helping. We were doing $1 Million. Like, they were drowning out our voices, singing back at us. So it was pretty uplifting, and I think they were also really into us being excited about playing together as a four-piece for the first time.
Yeah.
So it was.
And the great thing about that show, it was in Orlando, Florida, so it was really kind of far away from that hyper Canadian gaze that you know, everything took on, and to be in front of thousands of people like that, and you realize basically they don't care if there's a guy missing, or they don't care what's happening in the band. They want to hear their favorite songs, and we really were encouraged by that, you know, people still really wanted to see Barenaked Ladies.
Definitely. I mean, it's got to feel great to have these fans that have been with you for 20 years and still sticking with you through something like that.
Yeah, that means a lot. You know,
huge.
When we get compliments or encouragement from our fans, I mean, it makes it all worthwhile.
Now, what was the recording process for this album like as a foursome?
Well, it was good. We did the first half of it in a Toronto studio. Was it Cranberry Studios? No.
Cranberry Studios.
Canterbury, sorry.
Canterbury. Canterbury. At Christmas.
I just got through Christmas. You got to cut me some slack. And then we did the other half at my studio, just near my house. And Tyler catered the second half of the record. It was awesome.
Oh, really?
Yes.
He cooks up a mean brisket, smokes it for 14 days.
That would be a mean brisket, because it'd be so mean you couldn't eat it. 14 hours, Jim. But, you know, cooking for these guys was amazing. It was really fun. Like, it was like camp or something. Every day, these guys would be, well, we'd all be recording, you know, doing parts, and I'd have my apron on. I would literally come in and do a backup vocal with a pair of tongs covered in barbecue sauce, and it was totally great. It was a lot of fun. It really kind of helped, you know, ease what can be a stressful time in the studio. You know, you're really trying hard and striving, but this time around, it was probably the easiest recording we've ever done.
Most fun.
Yeah. Now, is the cooking thing something that you really enjoy doing on the side too?
Absolutely. It's the only other thing I can do, Elizabeth, besides play drums and be an idiot, is I can cook. And
so when you see us live, we'll have a boiling pot on the left side of the floor, Tom.
Maybe a grill on the other side, a few pancakes, throw one into the audience when it's ready.
I think the problem is, though, like Ed said, that, you know what, we don't need you as a drummer, we need you as a chef. And I started to have a bit of an identity crisis for a minute there. And I really started practicing drums after that again.
All right. Well, as I mentioned, your new album is coming out on March 23rd, called All in Good Time. Yes. And first single off of it, You Run Away. Absolutely great song. I had to listen to it yesterday. It's on your website, available on iTunes, correct?
On the 2nd of February, it's available on iTunes.
Oh, okay.
So celebrate your February by going to iTunes.
Buy it as an early Valentine's gift for that special someone.
I like the way you think, Elizabeth. Yeah. Holy smokes, always going good. Nice.
Not just a hat rack here, I'm telling you. Well, how about we give our listeners a preview of that song right now?
Awesome.
And we will come back with more with Jim Creegan and Tyler Stewart from the Barenaked Ladies right after You Run Away on Energy 99.7.